before we get to this problem, let's do an example problem here. Let's do this problem, 7/10 minus 1/10, okay? So how do we subtract these fractions? Well, in addition and subtraction problems, when we're dealing with fractions, the first thing we do is we look at the denominators, these bottom numbers, and what are we looking at? Well, hopefully you're thinking to yourself, you're saying, are these numbers the same? Okay, if they are the same, i.e., we have the same denominator, well, then this problem becomes very easy. All we do is we keep one denominator, so this in this particular example, it'll be 10, and then we're going to go ahead and subtract the numerators, or these top numbers, so that would be 7 minus 1. And of course, 7 minus 1 is 6 over 10. Right here, this is not fully simplified or reduced, and we can reduce that down to 3/5, right? 2 goes into 6, 3, and 2 goes into 5, or 2 goes in 10, 5 times. So there you go. That would be your final answer. But the point of me doing this basic example is that we start off, when we look at subtracting fractions or adding fractions, we have to have the same denominator in order to do this. So in this particular situation, we have a problem, right? We're like, well, this number is not the same as this number, so what do? Well, let's go ahead and talk about that right now. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to find a denominator, okay, a number that both 8 and 20 have in common. Okay, we're looking for a common denominator, and 8 and 20 have a ton of different numbers they have in common, but what we want to do is find the lowest one of those denominators that they have in common. The whole idea is we need to find a new denominator because we got to get these the same, and of course 8 and 20 are not the same, so we need to rewrite these fractions such that they have a common denominator, but specifically the lowest common denominator. Now, in this particular problem, hopefully it's pretty easy for you to determine what the LCD is. I find that most people, when I ask them, what is the lowest common denominator? How do you find it? Well, if I give you a problem like this, 1/3 plus 2/5, most people are like, oh, the LCD here is 15. When I would say, well, how did you know that? You're like, well, just because, it's pretty easy to tell, and that would be correct. However, if I gave you a problem like this, 7 over 138 plus 2 over, I don't know, 412, okay, with these denominators, this becomes much, much more difficult to find the LCD. So you need to think about how do you actually calculate the LCD. It's very, very important that you understand it's not only for arithmetic, but for algebra as well. But anyways, let's go ahead and just see if you can get the LCD, and let's talk about that right now. Okay, so the LCD, or the lowest common denominator, when we have 8 and 20 as our denominator, is 40. Okay, so if you know that, or if you got that right, let me go ahead and give you a nice little happy face. Very, very good. Okay, so just a quick review on the LCD. By the way, I have a ton of additional YouTube videos on fractions, how to find the LCD. But if you really want to learn this stuff, I would point you towards 2 of my courses in my Math Help program. My Math Foundations course, which is a little mini course, 3-chapter mini course on basic mathematics, how to multiply, place value, divide, add, subtract, fractions. Really, really great refresher course for those you need to review basic mathematics, and or my pre-algebra course. But anyways, let's go ahead and just quickly talk about how 40 is the LCD. Now, if you're like, oh yeah, that is the LCD, I could just tell. Well, what you need to do to calculate the LCD is you take the denominator, okay, in this case it's 8 and 20, and we prime factor each of these denominators. For example, 8, I can factor as 4 times 2. 2 is a prime number, but I can continue to factor 4. 4 I could continue to break down as 2 times 2. So 8 is the same thing as 2 times 2 times 2, or 2 cubed. Okay, and 20 is the same thing as 4 times 5. And of course, we can write this 4 as 2 squared. So you want to prime factor each of these respective numbers. And then what we need to do in the LCD is we have to represent each prime factor. So here we have 2 cubed, and here we have 2 squared. So do we need to write both 2 cubed and 2 squared? No, we have 2's. This one is 2 to the cubed, and this is 2 squared. So which of these do we pick, or do we pick both? Well, because 2 is represented twice here, all we need is one 2 in our prime factor, but we always pick the highest power. So between 2 cubed and 2 squared, we'll pick the highest power of 2. So that's 2 cubed. And then right here, we need to have that other factor, prime factor, represented. And 5, so you can see 2 cubed times 5 is going to be, this right here is going to be 8 times 5, which of course is 40. So if you ever were, thinking to yourself, well, how do I exactly find LCD? There is a quick little crash course on how you do that. Okay, so what does that mean now? Well, what we have to do is rewrite these fractions right here such that their denominators are 40. Okay, so this is our next phase of doing this problem. You're probably asking yourself, well, can we, write a fraction? Can we just change it like that? Yeah, you can always write equivalent fractions. If I give you the fraction 1/2, I said, write me a fraction that has a denominator of 40 that's equal to 1/2. Well, that would just be 20 over 40. So this is equivalent to this. But how do we rewrite fractions such that they're equivalent, but we can get to whatever denominator that we want? Well, let's go ahead and do that right now. Okay, so here we go. Here's our fraction 3/8 minus 120. We want to convert or turn each of these respective denominators into 40. So how do I turn this 8 into 40? Easy, I just multiply it by 5. But if I multiply the denominator by 5 here, I have to also multiply the numerator. That's the trick. So 5 times 3 is 15, or 15 over 40 is the same thing as 3/8. Okay? And now here, in this denominator, how do I turn that 20 into a 40? Just multiply it by 2, but then I got to multiply that numerator by 2 as well, and you get 2 over 40. All right, so here now we finally have two fractions, and the denominators are the same, so now we can finally subtract these fractions. So 15 over 40 minus 2 over 40, they have the same denominator, so we're going to write that once and subtract the numerators. 15 minus 2, which of course is going to be 13, or 13 over 40, and there you go. That is the final answer, and it's fully simplified. Now remember, okay, this is probably the way that most of you learned how to do fractions, and you need to understand this, okay, for sure. But there is a nice little shortcut, and I'm going to show you this right now. And I call this the bow tie method, okay? The bow tie method, just like a bow tie you may wear. I don't wear these, okay? You're probably thinking to yourself, this guy loves math. He might wear a bow tie, and he may have a pocket protector and a bunch of pencils and calculators. Saying, nah, I'm not that. You'd probably, if you saw me walking down the street and whatnot, you just think I would be like a regular guy, because that's who I am. But anyways, some people like bow ties, and they have this kind of shape to it. This is what I kind of think of when I show you this particular pattern. So anytime you're adding or subtracting fractions, you can follow this pattern here. And it's very, very specific. And it is a great shortcut to add and subtract fractions. So you always start with this number in the bottom right. This denominator right here. And you're going to multiply diagonally this way. Okay, so we're kind of forming this pattern here. So it's going to be 20 times 3, and we'll write that there. Next, you're going to go from this bottom left, and you're going to multiply that way. So that's 8 times 1, and we're going to put that there. And because this is a subtraction problem, we're going to put our little subtraction operator right there. This forms our numerator. Okay, so you can see this little bow tie pattern taking place right here. And then lastly, we're going to multiply across to get our denominator, 8 times 20. There you go. This will be our denominator. So let's go ahead and do this math here. So 3 times 20 is 60. 8 times 1 is, of course, 8. And 8 times 20 is 160. Now you have 60 minus 8 is 52 over 160. But this fraction can be reduced, and when we reduce it, we get 13 over 40, just like we got last time. This is a great, great, great method to learn about fractions, okay? I call it the bow tie method, and it's applicable for adding and subtracting fractions. The only downside on using this particular method is sometimes you have to reduce your answer, okay? So this won't automatically give you the LCD, but if you, forget, or you're dealing with a problem that's too difficult to find the LCD, and you're just like, I just want to get an answer, and then I'll just work on reducing that answer, well, then this is a great method to know. Okay, so let's go and wrap this up again. If you're struggling with fractions, well, if you're planning on doing any mathematics, if you're, elementary school, middle school, high school, it doesn't make a difference. You have to know how to deal with fractions. And most students don't like dealing with adding and subtracting fractions because they're always like, oh, I have to deal with that LCD. Well, listen, it doesn't have to be that difficult. Remember, the way to make things easier for yourself is to actually understand what's going on. That's why you need great instruction. So if this video helps you out, don't forget to like and subscribe. And again, if you need additional help with fractions or anything mathematics, I have a ton of videos on my YouTube channel, and I have a ton of math courses that can help you out. All right, so with that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your mathematics adventures. Thank you for your time, and have a great day.